Hey cycling fans, welcome back to Underdogs Cycling. We're ready to get into our build on the INCOLOR that you can see back there. We did an unboxing not too long ago and we got most of our components in, so we're going to get started on this build. We'll go through each one as well, why we chose it, talk about the details on it, and something interesting on the fork. So stay tuned and follow us on this build. So we're gonna do this build with Overfast cranks. We just got these in and they are up on our site. We decided to go with these versus our bread and butter LED cranks because we're going to be doing an aero build. And as you can see, they're pretty slim. We've matched it up with Dura Ace rings. We find that these tend to be a really good combination in terms of weight and stiffness. For our chain, we're gonna go with SUMC. You guys have probably never heard of this, or maybe you have. Most people use Shimano chains or SRAM chains. Give these guys a go. They do have both SRAM and Shimano. We're gonna do a Shimano version because that's the drivetrain we're gonna use. This is a 12-speed super light, and we blinged it out. We went with a hollow pin rainbow version. For a cassette, we're going to be using a ZTTO 12-speed aluminum cassette. It is a one-piece, excellent value, a really good bang for your buck, and very light. Definitely go with the Gen 3s if you're going to go with a ZTTO cassette. We did want to go with INCOLOR. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that in time, and we had to get this build going for you guys. Still sticking with Overfast. A couple of things here, and these are really, really cool. I'll show you the Thru axles first, and then these are actually very, very cool. These are the bar end plugs. So let's have a look at this. Here are the Thru axles. And what we love about Overfast is they custom make it for you. So you can choose the colors that you want for your Thru axles. And we'll get more into this, but that's just a look at the Thru axles there. Next up are the bar end plugs, and this one has a really special story. So my business partner, his mom had passed away from breast cancer. He wanted to honor her with these pink ribbon cancer memorial bar end plugs. What's cool about Overfast is they give you a standard one, couple here, but these ones are the custom ones, and I'll just show you how they look. So just pop them out through there, and that's it right there. Last but not least, we're gonna go with Alien wheels. Why do we love these? 25 internal, 34 external. These are the wide versions. We have ridden these. We love these wheels. Great bang for your buck. You saw before in our previous video, the INCOLOR saddle. This is what came in the pre-order package. We're gonna give this one a go. It's definitely not our go-to saddles. I use a Burke. My business partner uses a different saddle. One thing that we did notice is pay attention to the rails if you do end up ordering this. This does work really well on a zero offset, but notice the fore aft on this. There isn't as much as maybe your saddle that you're using right now. So this is definitely a saddle that you're going to want to dial in and be precise on in order for it to work for you. So we got our caliper adapter and our caliper bolted on and fed the line through. So something that we wanted to show you guys that's really unique about this fork. This is our first bayonet style build that we're doing. We can't say if this exists on other frames that have this type of fork and head tube, but for the INCOLOR. You'll notice here that the front brake hose is fed through this little hole here. And I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, there's another port here and an exit port on the back. And that's where the rear hose is going to come out and feed through the frame. In the install package, you get this brake cable. Very important because this cable fishes through that top port that we were talking about. and it actually comes through the back port really easily and then goes through the frame. So very important to use this or something that has some tension on it and doesn't flex. Most kits that you have for fishing cables through, the wire itself is too flimsy and it becomes problematic because you have to have a strong enough magnet to fish it through. In this particular case, it wasn't, and this actually worked a lot better. All right, before we get these cranks installed, we're going to do a little weigh-in for you guys. So there's our Overfast crank with the Dura-Ace chain rings already installed. We'll do the math afterwards to show you the final weight of the cranks without the chain rings, so just bear with us. So that's 326 with the chain rings and the other side as well. And you're looking at a final of 512 grams. Okay, so we got our Overfast crank installed now. Something to be aware of, the INCOLOR SSR takes a T47A BB. Let's see if I can get that in for you guys. You can see it on camera. Because this is an asymmetric BB, Overfast's instructions do not account for the fact that you're using an asymmetric BB. So be aware of that. When you're doing the calculations, the amount of spacers are going to matter on the non-drive side, and you'll find that you may not be using the same amount of spacers, if any, on the drive side. So in our case, we didn't have any spacers here versus the 2.5 mil on the drive side. Oh, sorry, the non-drive side. We're swapping out our through axles. I'll show you how much the INCOLOR through axles weigh. So they come in at 43 grams. And now our Overfast. Look at that, 28 grams. And we're going to just weigh the titanium mount for the Garmin. So I don't know if you guys can see that there. We just weighed out the bike comes in at 13.92 pounds. Switch up to kgs. 6.310. We got our final build, and as you saw, it came in at 6.3 kilos, just under 14 pounds. This is for a size 54. Running the rear hydraulic line is a bit of a pain on the butt, so just be aware for the home mechanics. It does take a little bit of effort, but you can get it done. Measure. Make sure that you measure 5 times, cut once, just so you have your seat mass right and your steer tube cut correctly. It took us a bit of effort, but we got it done. We did swap out a few things. As you can see, we didn't go with the INCOLOR bottles and the cages. The other thing that we don't have on this just yet are rotors that we ordered from Chaser, also our INCOLOR cassette, so we're still waiting on those, and we're waiting on our Overfast wheels as well. So we might end up making this lighter than what it was originally weighted at. We swapped out the saddle. As you saw, that one didn't have enough fore aft on it, so we got with the saddle that my business partner likes. He's comfortable on this one. We won't do a weigh-in on that, but there you have it. This is a full Dura-Ace build. We got elite cages and bottles. And once the snow clears up, we'll take this for a spin. Let us know what you think about the build and how you guys would customize this for your liking. Drop a comment in the section below and click the like button, subscribe to follow.